What do you do when you're in a situation where you can't control things around you, but still got things you got to get done? I'm Dom Jackson with David A. Media, and this is 7 Day Scoop Show, my weekly show where I document my career and decisions that I'm making, your venture trying to pursue. I use my story and my ventures to help motivate you. And this week, another solo week running the band at Car Keys Express, in the process of getting my own band. This was a interesting week. With the holiday coming up, usually work 6 days. This week we actually ended up working 4. And our goal every week, at least my week to get my new band, is going to be getting 2,000 points score with the band. This week we did 1245, so 1,245, which is a lot lower than we needed to go, and a lot lower than we normally would do with me and running the band with the rest of the team. And some of the reasons that, with the holiday being there, we normally work 6 days, we only worked 4. And the other day it was a huge snowstorm where we were at the store, but no one was there to actually get anything done. So the day basically counted as 0. So we really only had 4 actual days working wise. And we had to figure out how to maximize everything that we could in that time period. So with the time that we had, the amount of money that we made wasn't a bad day. But as far as lessons that I learned this week, one of the biggest problems that I am in the process of solving with my evolution to the next stage is my ability to problem solve in the field. And like I talked about in the last video, that involves the actual ability to sell, which I can do, but it's being able to sell in any scenario that I'm at while solving the little problems that the van deals with or what someone's doing technician-wise as far as the actual programming, cutting of the keys. With that, one of the biggest things that I'm solving now is the actual key skills, so the programming process. Each car has its own different set of functions and orders of operations you have to do to program a new key to it. The newer ones have more security than the older ones, obviously, because, technology as it grows. And with that, there's certain keys you'll do every single week. There's certain keys you'll do maybe once every 2 weeks, some once every 3 weeks. But there's certain keys you might do once a month, maybe once every 2 months, maybe like once a quarter, just because that car is not that frequently done. And when you're in those scenarios when you're doing a key that you haven't done in a while, even if you know how to do it, you may not do it that fast. For instance, this week there was a lot of Mazda keys that I had to do, and I do Mazda cars, but I don't do them that often, and ended up taking some problems. Troubleshooting made that process from a 10-minute process to a 15er, and ideally you want it to be a 7. So that was one of the things I had to remind myself to overcome. Other thing, with the snowstorm being there, we had an opportunity to really invest some time in the people, and having the new people that came in, train them on some things system-wise, sales-wise, that we wouldn't have done before. So that was another great opportunity of kind of maximizing what I could with what I had, being resourceful, because you can't control the snow. Look at this. Well, the snow, baby. But as far as the lessons, one thing that I do now that I got from a video I was watching before is to keep me focused. I set a timer. For right now, I just do an hour a day of watching the programming videos of keys I don't do too often. And I have a list of all the keys or scenarios that I mess up on. It's like my 1% better list. So these are the scenarios where I made a mistake on before, or it took me longer than it should have. So now I know to look for them. So now I spend more time on the off time watching videos in my hour of learning, or taking time to actually learn how to do it better and just getting more reps in. So even if I don't do it that often, if I've done it 10 times on my own, I've done it 100 times on my own, I've done it 1,000 times on my own, I now understand how to get it done. So as far as taking the lessons for you, the first thing I would say is, always focus on what you can control. And with that, being able to know and identify the things you need to work on and then spend the time to actually practice them is really huge. Because in order for me to get to that next step where I'm able to function at the level of speed that I want to get the goals done, I have to invest more time and off time to correct things I have to correct. So with that, what do you need to get better at? And then what time are you spending to get better at that actual thing? And we can use the 1 on 1,000 principle. Have you done it 1,000 times yet? You haven't done it 1,000 times. Doesn't really count. And the next thing is like, what are you doing to, maximize and take control of situations that you can't control? Can't control the weather. For damn sure can't control that. But in the opportunities when something happens you can't get a grip on, what are you doing? Are you going to be back to your learning list? Are you teaching new things, learning new things? There's a lot of options you can do for that time. Choice is yours. As always, take it one step at a time. You get there day by day.